Lord, in that vast, wide harvest field, find me a place, no matter how humble, no matter how small. May it be a place the other toilers may shun, but just find me a place, because I fear is precious. My name is Joe Moore, and I'm 59 years old, and throughout my life I've battled with alcohol and drug addiction. I grew up in Mobile, Alabama during the 60s and 70s. I was a teenager, and I began to drink a little wine with the guys on the corner, and then that led to experimenting with marijuana. And that pretty much was my lifestyle up until my early 30s, when I was introduced to freebase and cocaine. And I never dealt with anything so powerful in my life. It completely took over my life. It got so bad, it cost me my family. The lowest point in my life was when I realized that I was completely, totally addicted to this drug, and that I didn't care if bills were paid, if there was food in the refrigerator, as long as I got my drugs. And it was a horrible feeling, not caring about my wife, my son. Just as long as I had the drugs, that's all that mattered. I pretty much just went straight to rock bottom and was close to homeless for a long time, but I actually cleaned up for a couple of years, and work brought me to Sarasota. But my wife had given me another shot, but being away from the accountability, I relapsed again with the drugs, and this time my wife divorced me. And realizing I really needed to get back to church, I found my way to First Sarasota. I came to First Sarasota, met a lot of great people, a lot of people really pulling for me, but I was still battling the drug. It was still pretty powerful addiction. And it actually led to my arrest. I was passing drugs for a dealer, and I passed drugs to an undercover officer. I was incarcerated. I reached out to the church to ask for bail, and Pastor Bill said no, but I was angry for a long time, but that's the best thing that could have happened to me, because I was on a collision course with death, and I would not stop. After a few days, when I asked myself, Joe, what are you doing here? I was really asking myself, how did I really get there? And the way I got there was a series of bad choices, poor decisions that led to my life being destroyed by drugs. And during that moment of clarity, when I called out to God, I just asked him to help me, save me. And while in jail, I rededicated my life to Christ and requested to be moved from the general population to a faith-based dorm called the God Pod. And one morning in the God Pod, I was reading this prayer, and the prayer said, "It may be a place where the other toilers may shun, but just find me a place, because I fear its precious yield will suffer loss." And those words leaped off the page at me, and right there, right then, God birthed the passion in my heart to come back and do ministry in the jail. After being released from Sarasota County Jail, I came back to First Sarasota, and I was received with open arms. And First Sarasota is so amazing. I've never been anywhere that is so loving, giving, sharing, and caring. They actually buy the books that the men need to study so they can have their own individual book to keep. And it just makes all the difference in their understanding of the Word and their growth in the Word, and that they will have a study guide Bible to keep with them even after release. that can be everything God intended for you to be, it makes a big difference. And I'm just honored that First Service Soda would partner with me, with the jail ministry, to help try and transform lives. The men, a lot of them have come to the church after being released. So it's a wonderful thing. I give them everything I have because I know that this awesome curriculum can help transform their lives and help them become what God created them to be. And today I have such an amazing life, so full of joy. Family is back into my life. I lost the respect and got it back of so many people that I thought I would never have their respect again. And it's just so amazing to know, as Pastor Bill described it, to be allowed to be involved in the joy and privilege of doing kingdom work, where you try not to just be God's heart here on earth, but try to be His hands too. And if I can have a little small part in that would make a pretty amazing life for me.